once again, the work that we've done over the last 40 years has really gotten the attention of folks in Washington and Springfield. The IDOT, State of Illinois, just recently released their most current 6-year transportation improvement plan. And once again, we hit the $2 billion mark in terms of commitments for the coming 5-6 years. And that includes the I-80 project and some others that I'll briefly reference in a minute. But that includes 119 projects that have received funding and commitments from the state over the next 6 years. And we're very, very pleased with the work that we've done, the groundwork that has occurred over the last 40 years to make sure people in Springfield and Washington understand the importance that we put on transportation investment. And they're finally coming around and helping us out. The big banana here is the reconstruction of I-80. And this is a project that the state's been looking and working and studying for the last 15 years. And as I mentioned earlier, we created the I-80 Coalition to kind of kick this into high gear. And the result was getting this huge allotment of funding from the Capitol bill. Work is going on right now, but unfortunately, we're not going to see major construction on this corridor for another 2 or 3 years, unless we can go back and work some magic and get IDOT to expedite some of this work. The next 2 projects are very critical for us. I mentioned earlier Weber Road. It didn't exist in 1988. And here we are rebuilding it because of the commerce that's congregated around that intersection. Bolingbrook and Romeoville especially have benefited from this intersection. It's hard to believe. When I was at ISU, I was driving south on I-55, and Route 53 was the only interchange north of Route 30 in Will County. And obviously that didn't get it done, and we're getting it done again with the reconstruction of that. And then the Route 30 interchange as part of the I-80 project, that's already under construction. Should be done later this year. Very exciting project. Other projects that we're very, very excited about and happy to come to fruition. This is a very significant project because it's a true public-private partnership. The Houbolt Road interchange extension and the new bridge over the Des Plaines River. This will connect I-80 directly with the Centerpoint Intermodal centers. And it is a true partnership between the City of Joliet, IDOT, Will County, and Centerpoint Properties, and approaching $200 million of private investment. This is the way we're going to get things done in the future, folks. And I think we're going to be a model for other locations around the country. The next project is significant because it opens up an area of our county that's been limited in terms of access. The I-55 Illinois Route 59 interchange only had one-way north and one-way south access, and this project will make it a four-way intersection, if you will, and it will access a huge development, Rock Run Crossing on the east side of 55 north of 80. Very excited about this one. The next project is looking at what's happening south as we continue to build out both the I-55 north of 80 corridor and the I-80 corridor. A very significant investment area is going to be south of 80 on I-55. And the Lorenzo Road and the 129 interchanges on I-55, just in Wilmington, west of the development area there, is going to start construction here in the next few years. And Elian Partners has a huge development there. The next wave, if you will, of major intermodal type activity will continue south on I-55. The other thing that we're looking at and continue to do is make sure that we don't sit on our laurels, so to speak. We know that to be able to qualify for new funding from the federal government and the state government is to make sure we have plans and programs and studies and engineering work in place. There's some significant investment in studies going on right now. The Moving Will County project looks at both truck routing in the western part of the county and land use plans, and the county is doing that in partnership with the regional planning organization. And we're looking at how do we achieve a balance between truck traffic, truck routing, existing freight land use clusters, and new development, but also segregating passenger traffic from freight traffic as much as we can. The Eastern Will County Freight Mobility Study is very similar. It's looking at primarily east-west connectors and moving freight in that part of the county. Probably the most significant study that is going on and is soon to be completed is the Will County Joliet Intermodal Master Plan. And this really came out of the work that we did during the Will County Community Freight Mobility Plan. And as you can see on this map, it's a little deeper dive on that significant area we call the inland port for Will County, south of 80, east of 55, west of 52, and north of Medewin. And this is a huge area for us. It has been, it will continue to be. But again, unless we identify and plan for proper infrastructure investment, we're not going to be helping our communities. We're going to be creating a situation that impacts the quality of life, and not always in a positive way. So we think that these studies will lead to new transportation improvements.